Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 adults is deficient in iron? That's right, this essential nutrient, which plays a critical role in everything from brain health to energy production, is more lacking in our diets than most people realize. So today we're going to be diving into why iron is important, how to know if you're deficient, and practical tips to boost your iron intake naturally. If you've been feeling sluggish lately or experiencing other unexplained side effects, this information could make a huge difference to your health. Now, I'm sure a lot of people know that iron deficiency can lead to fatigue, but it also has other serious implications for our overall well-being. It's been linked to poorer brain function, heart failure, and also restless leg syndrome. Yet despite its severity, iron deficiency is often overlooked. It's not routinely tested, so a lot of people are suffering with it and don't even know. A recent study of over 8,000 adults found that 29% were iron deficient. And of this 29%, only a small fraction were taking iron supplements. This research highlights the need for better awareness and also a more effective treatment method because it's a widespread issue. Now, before we get into how to boost your iron intake, let's first talk about why iron is so important. Iron is an essential nutrient for many functions in the body. Most notably, it's a key component in hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. Without enough iron, your body struggles to produce healthy red blood cells, leading to conditions like anemia. But beyond that, iron also plays a role in metabolic processes, DNA synthesis, and energy production. It supports brain function, physical performance, and heart health. When you're low in iron, you might experience symptoms such as fatigue, pale skin, shortness of breath, especially after physical activity, a rapid heartbeat, weakness, headaches, and hair loss or brittle nails. All of these can be signs that your iron is low. Now, some groups of people are more prone to iron deficiency than others. If you fall into these categories, it's even more important for you to be aware of your iron levels. So this includes women of childbearing age because menstruation, pregnancy, and breastfeeding can all deplete iron stores. It includes people with gastrointestinal issues, so conditions such as celiac disease, these can interfere with iron absorption. Also, vegans and vegetarians. Plant-based diets are very low in iron. They contain mainly non-heme iron, which isn't as easy for our bodies to absorb as heme iron is, putting them at a greater risk of deficiency. And also anyone who's undergone a surgery, because blood loss can quickly reduce iron levels. Okay, so let's say you've had your iron levels tested and you found out you're low and you're trying to increase your levels naturally. And I do think increasing them naturally is the way to go. Iron supplements come with a lot of side effects, so I don't really recommend them as the first course of action. Of course, for some people, it might come to that being their only option, but I always recommend trying to boost your levels naturally first. And the best way to do this is obviously through food. I briefly touched on this a moment ago, but there are certain iron sources, there are certain foods that contain iron that is more bioavailable than others. And a lot of people don't realize this. They think iron just falls under one category. What we're talking about here is heme iron and non-heme iron. Heme iron, which is found in animal products like red meat, poultry, and fish, is much more bioavailable than non-heme iron is. And non-heme iron is the type of iron that we find in plant foods such as beans, legumes, spinach. All of the iron in these foods is non-heme iron. So because heme iron is easier for the body to absorb, foods that have heme iron are the foods you want to be focusing on. And this is why I recommend red meat. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people, including women, they limit red meat in their diet. And this is part of the reason why we're seeing iron deficiency so widespread. But the reason that a lot of people are avoiding it is due to outdated health fears. Red meat is actually one of the healthiest sources of this vital nutrient. Now, if I haven't convinced you to add red meat back into your diet, there are ways to improve iron absorption from plant-based sources. One way to do this is by pairing these foods with foods that are rich in vitamin C. And I will just say that while this will help a bit, heme iron sources are always going to be the best option. And speaking of high quality sources of heme iron, that's why I partnered with Butcherkraut on today's video. Butcherkraut provides 100% grass-fed and finished Australian beef. Their meat is not only delicious, but also a powerful way to get the iron your body needs. Beyond beef, they also have grass-fed and finished lamb, which again is another great iron source. And I do also have to give a shout out to their pasture-raised chicken and pork and their wild-caught seafood, which does also include heme iron as well. So if you're looking to boost your iron levels and you live in Australia, make sure to check out Butchercrowd. And if you want to save 15% off your first box, use code HCK15 at checkout. The link to check them out will be in the description box down below. Now, before we wrap up, I do have a few final tips on other things you can do to boost your iron levels. One of them is cooking with iron cookware, such as a cast iron pan. Doing so can actually increase the iron content in your food. Studies have shown that using cast iron pots and pans can significantly boost the bioavailability of iron in your meals. Another thing you can do is to watch your calcium intake. Calcium, which is important for our health, can actually inhibit iron absorption if it's consumed at the same time. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about this if you are focusing on getting your iron in through food, but if you are taking a calcium supplement, don't take it at the same time as your iron supplement. And this is just going to help you to maximize your iron absorption. So in conclusion, iron is a critical nutrient that's often overlooked. We hear a lot about it here and there. People say they're tired and they think their iron's low, but we don't talk about it enough. So whether you're feeling fatigued, noticing changes in your physical ability, or dealing with other symptoms of iron deficiency, it's important to take action. Focus on incorporating more iron-rich foods into your diet, and in particular, ones that are rich in heme iron. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have had your iron levels tested lately. Were you surprised by the results? Were your levels low? Were they normal? Were they high? Let me know down below. And before you go, if you're in Australia, make sure to check out Butchercrowd. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.